Hi, I'm Jenna, and this is my channel, which is all about faith art journaling. So every Tuesday, I am posting a video here on YouTube, which is my 10 minutes of trusting. So a journal page that I try and create in just 10 to 15 minutes to spend time with God and listen to Him. Now, this week's page, I promised you that I would be using some of the image transfer packing tape, this stuff that we made earlier. Last week, I posted a video showing you how to transfer magazine images and newspaper images or text, if you want, onto sellotape style clear packing tape like this. So we're going to be using that in just a minute in our 10 minutes of trusting. But I wanted to show you quickly first a few other examples of what I've done, because I've been playing with some of the tape this week. This page has 3 different strips of packing tape. So I've got one here, one down this side, and this image of this church in the middle. And I particularly liked the way that the archway of the church, which was transparent on the tape, it was white on the page and therefore it was transparent on the tape, showed through the lovely bright colours of the background that I had created. So that was really successful, and as you can see, they've actually blended really well into the page. These ones on either side, you can kind of hardly tell that they're there in a way, they're just adding to the landscape. So you could also use your packing tape in a journaling Bible like I've used here. Obviously they all vary in terms of the width of the margins, but in my Bible this packing tape happened to be the exact size of my margin, so that was just absolutely perfect. And this image was of some steps, well, a ladder going down into a natural swimming pool, and I've journaled around the verse in Psalm 19 that says the law of the Lord is perfect, refreshing the soul. And so because this tape was see-through, I was able to write these words actually underneath the tape, and the see-through tape sticks over the top. And here I've written on top of the tape using a permanent marker, a Sharpie in this case. So you can have fun with that as well if you like journaling in your Bible. This is the page we're going to make today, and let's get started.
So I had spent some time the previous evening creating some collage papers, of which this is one of them. And you can see I'd written the word love repeatedly on it. So that set the scene for this piece today. And the grey marks that you can see already on the journal page were created by pressing the collage paper while still wet. I think I sprayed it with some water onto the page so that some of the ink and paint ran off and made these lovely marks. This is an old vintage family photo. It features my great aunt and a great uncle playing in a swimming pool. It's just one of those lovely natural shots of some people having fun that has ended up in my possession, probably from 100 years ago. But I've always loved it because it was just such a natural shot of a happy moment. And I'm pulling out some different collage bits and pieces now. That is some packing tape transfers of branches of trees and some botanical illustrations that I've cut out. And I was just kind of spending some time getting the arrangement right, and now I'm vaguely happy, although I do change my mind. I start sticking it down with some gel medium. So this photo has just made me feel a bit nostalgic about the past, and thinking, all the people in this photo have long gone, although I do remember my great aunt really fondly. I was thinking about how people live on in our memories because we care about them, and that led me to think about the Bible passage talking about faith, hope and love, and that the greatest of these is love. And also I heard a little story today about a man who had noticed and loved a particular old tree on his daily walk, and unfortunately the tree had been felled because it was deemed unsafe. But he had gone up to the felled tree and rescued one of the branches from which he had taken 3 cuttings, which were now alive and well in his greenhouse. And this made me think about how even when people are dead and gone, that their legacy lives on, and how Jesus talked about the kingdom being like this, being a multiplying thing, being like a mustard seed. And I think I've ended up sticking on a seed. That thing in the bottom right is a seed pod, which came from the same book as the snowdrop on the left hand side. And snowdrops too, they are a signal of the end of winter, that winter doesn't last forever, but life springs anew. And so this is, it's very muted in its colours, and in some way a bit melancholy in thinking about things that have passed and people that have passed away. It's also a celebration of the fact that life goes on and love goes on. I'm sticking my picture on now, on top of that collagey background. I use some of this kind of double-sided jelly tape that I have, so that it's raised a bit up from the background. So I'm just jotting down underneath the photograph the caption that was on the back about who's in it. And now I'm using my stamps to write the words "Love Remains" as my paraphrase of 1 Corinthians 13 verse 8, that love never ends. All other things shall pass, prophecy, tongues, knowledge, but love never ends. And that's my theme for this piece today. So I hope you've enjoyed watching me create this page, and that it's given you some ideas of how to use the packing tape image transfer that I showed you in my other video. Please do keep in touch, hit subscribe, and there'll be more videos coming soon. Thanks for watching.